Hi, friends. It's Miss Cathy from the Mary L. Cook Public Library. Welcome to Storytime. I have some stories about Halloween and pumpkins to share with you. We're also going to do a flannel graph activity and we're going to do a finger play about pumpkins. I hope that you will enjoy our time together. So let's get started. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Fold them in your lap, lap, lap. It's time for our first story.
It's Pumpkin Time by Zoe Hall, illustrated by Shari Halpern, published by the Blue Sky Press. All summer long, my brother and I get ready for our favorite holiday. Can you guess what it is? Halloween. And can you guess what we do to get ready? We plant a jack-o'-lantern patch. First, I turn the soil with the shovel, and my brother uses the spade to dig narrow rows, just 1 inch deep. Then we drop in pumpkin seeds and cover them with soil. We water them and wait for the sun to warm them. Before long, the seeds grow tiny roots and small green shoots poke up out of the ground. The shoots grow into vines, and the vines grow longer. Every week we water them and pull up lots of weeds. Soon we see buds where flowers will bloom. The yellow flowers show us where our pumpkins will grow. At first, the pumpkins are green and tiny, but they grow bigger and bigger. Soon it is fall, and our great big pumpkins change color from green to yellow to orange. Now they are ready to be picked. We have never grown such big pumpkins. Mom and Dad help us cut the pumpkins from the vines. We gather them in a wheelbarrow and take them home. It's Halloween at last. We draw faces on our pumpkins, and Mom and Dad help us cut them, hollow them out, and light candles inside. Now they are jack-o'-lanterns. This one is my favorite. Can you guess what we do next? We put on our costumes. It's time to trick or treat. Happy Halloween.
Well, it's time for our first activity, and as you can see on the flannel board, we have a gate and we have some pumpkins sitting on the gate. So first, let's start and count how many pumpkins we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is how the rhyme goes. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one says, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one says, "There is frost in the air." The third one says, "We don't care." The fourth one says, "Let's run, run, run." The fifth one says, "Are you ready for some fun?" Then whoo went the wind and out went the lights, and the 5 little pumpkins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rolled out of sight. All right, let me get my pumpkins put back on the flannel board, and then we will do our rhyme together. All right, are you ready? 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There is frost in the air." The third one said, We don't care. The fourth one says, let's run, run, run. The fifth one says, are you ready for some fun? Then went the wind and out went the lights, and the five little pumpkins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rolled out of sight. Very good counting. Let's get ready for our next story.
Pumpkin Eye by Denise Fleming, published by Henry Holt and Company. Yellow moon, rising soon. Piece of pie, pumpkin eye. Candlesticks, burning wicks. Trick or treat, pounding feet. Jack-o'-lanterns line the street. Down the hill, spirits spill. Purple scales, dragon tails. Twisted horns, unicorns. Trick or treat, pounding feet. Eerie shadows fill the street. Swooping bats, hissing cats. Tattered rags, toothless hags. Pointed tails, blood-red nails. Trick or treat, pounding feet. Wretched witches roam the street. Clacking bones, muffled moans. Tigers growl, werewolves howl. Toes curl, heads swirl. Things bump, hearts thump. Trick or treat, pounding feet. Halloween has found our street.
Well, are you ready to get some wiggles out? Why don't you stand up right at home and we're going to do a finger play about pumpkins. It starts out with two little pumpkins sitting on a hill, and we're going to put a thumb up, one named Jack and one named Jill. Now we're going to roll our thumb. Roll away, Jack, behind our back. Roll away, Jill. Roll back, Jack. Roll back, Jill. All right, that's pretty easy. Let's see if we can do it together. Two little pumpkins sitting on a hill. One named Jack and one named Jill. Roll away, Jack. Roll away, Jill. Roll back, Jack. Roll back, Jill. Excellent job. It's time for another story.
Pumpkin Orange, Pumpkin Round by Rosanna Battigelli, illustrated by Tara Anderson, published by Pajama Press. Pumpkin orange, pumpkin round, pumpkin hiding, pumpkin found. Pumpkin lifting, pumpkin fall. Pumpkin rolling, pumpkin ball. Pumpkin partridge, pumpkin mouse. Pumpkin wheeling, pumpkin house. Pumpkin seedy, pumpkin slime. Pumpkin empty, pumpkin mine. Pumpkin drawing, pumpkin trace. Pumpkin carving, pumpkin face. Pumpkin gleaming, pumpkin glow. Pumpkin glaring, pumpkin show. Pumpkin pirate, pumpkin prance. Pumpkin fairy, pumpkin dance. Pumpkin flashlight, pumpkin chum. Pumpkin neighbor, pumpkin mom. Pumpkin mask, pumpkin dare. Pumpkin candy, pumpkin scare. pumpkin lantern, pumpkin light, pumpkin children, pumpkin night. Pumpkin tired, pumpkin fed, pumpkin story, pumpkin bed.
Well, we have time for one more activity, and I've got my flannel board back, and we're going to start with a pumpkin. And this rhyme might be familiar to you. If you have ever listened to the story Brown Bear, What Do You See? You're going to notice something familiar about this rhyme. It starts out with pumpkin, pumpkin, what do you see? I see a jack-o'-lantern looking at me. Then we'll say jack-o'-lantern, what do you see? I see a brown owl looking at me. Brown owl, what do you see? I see what color is this? Purple. I see a purple bat looking at me. Purple bat, what do you see? I see a black cat looking at me. Black cat, what do you see? I see a white ghost looking at me. Ooh, you can make that fun sound at the end. All right, I'm going to leave my pumpkin up and take my other figures off, and we'll add them one at a time as we say our rhyme. Pumpkin, pumpkin, what do you see? I see a jack-o'-lantern looking at me. Jack-o'-lantern, what do you see? I see a brown owl looking at me. Brown owl, what do you see? I see a purple bat looking at me. Purple bat, what do you see? I see a black cat looking at me. Black cat, what do you see? I see a white ghost looking at me. Ooh, great job. We have time for one last story.
This is The Pumpkin by Abby Levine, illustrated by Paige Billin-Frye, published by Albert Whitman and Company. This is the costume, ghastly and green, that Max and his mom made for Halloween. This is the van at the end of the block that Max got in near 8 o'clock. This is the principal, wild as the west, twirling his lasso, a star on his vest. This is the party where children parade after their cookies and pink lemonade, shared by the principal, wild as the west, twirling his lasso, a star on his vest. After the van at the end of the block brought all the children at 8 o'clock, with Max in his costume, ghastly and green, that he and his mom made for Halloween. This is the pumpkin, orange and bright, that sits on the sill and grins in the night. This is the princess who comes down the stair. These are the leaves that fall through the air, watched by the pumpkin, orange and bright, that sits on the sill and grins in the night. After the party where children parade, full of their cookies and pink lemonade, shared by the principal, wild as the west, twirling his lasso, a star on his vest. After the van at the end of the block brought all the children at 8 o'clock, with Max in his costume, ghastly and green, that he and his mom made for Halloween. These are the creatures who march down the street. Ringing the doorbells, they shout, "Trick or treat!" These are the goodies, as good as can be. I'll share with you if you'll share with me. This is the bedroom, and these are the beds, the knees and the bottoms, the toes and the heads, the piles of goodies as good as can be. I'll share with you if you'll share with me. Bagged by the creatures who marched down the street, ringing the doorbells to shout, "Trick or treat!" Joined by the princess who came down the stair, under the leaves that fall through the air. Watched by the pumpkin, orange and bright, that sits on the sill and grins in the night. After the party where children parade, full of their cookies and pink lemonade. Shared by the principal, wild as the west, twirling a lasso, a star on his vest. After the van at the end of the block brought all the children at 8 o'clock. With Max in his costume, ghastly and green, that he and his mom made for Halloween. This is the moon winking its eye, dancing with clouds in a Halloween sky.
Well, thank you for joining me for our special Halloween story time. I hope that you enjoyed our books about pumpkins and trick-or-treating. Are you trick-or-treating on Saturday night here in Waynesville? The hours are from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And if you are, do you have your costume? What are you going to dress as? Well, I hope that you will enjoy a fun and safe evening on Saturday. Our curbside hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Mary L. Cook Public Library. If you would like some books about pumpkins or bats or owls, jack-o'-lanterns, about fall, about Halloween, you can let Miss Cathy know. We'll get a collection together and call you when it's ready to be picked up. Well, it is time to say goodbye, so let's tickle the clouds, tickle your toes. Turn around and tickle your nose. Reach down low, reach up high. Story time's over, so wave goodbye. See you the next time.